Good morning, Vishika. Good morning, Saranya. Good morning, everyone. Just send the link in the group and tell everyone to join fast. We will be starting today linear programming. Okay, so in linear programming, what we have to study, I'll just give an introduction of that. In linear programming, what and all things you have to study. That part I'm going to give what you call a small introduction information. So let everyone join first. After that, I'll talk about linear programming nicely. What and all things are there in linear programming? Good morning, Harish. Good morning, Hani. Now look here. Linear programming is a very what you called from their case study we are expecting right now. If somebody will be asking you that in linear programming what and all things you will be expecting, then 100% from teacher's point of view, we all will be expecting a case study. In that first we have to understand that is what is linear programming. Okay, so somebody will be asking you that what is programming. Programming means what? If somebody will be doing some programming means you just do something so that you can earn something or you can get something. So it is just a typical part of mathematics here. Real calculation or that sections will be not there. Here we are exactly going to talk about maximum and minimum. Like maximum or minimum means what? Ki when you are working in a factory or you have your own factory, then what is your basic idea of earning? Then you will be saying, good morning Yuva, good morning Shyam. Shyam, linear programming I have started so that I can give you revision of previous chapters also once linear programming will be over. So the basic idea of linear programming is that we have to understand what is maximum and what is minimum. So look here, what is maximum and what is minimum, that is related to what? If somebody will be saying you itself will ask this question that auntie, you said okay, linear programming is somewhere connected to maximum and minimum, but here how can we say that something is maximum, something is minimum? Then you have to just understand everything in like a story like I'm having a factory and I'm a I'm having a factory and I'm the owner of the factory. Then what should be my basic idea? My basic idea should be कि whatever raw materials and whatever goods I'm going to buy from somewhere, so that कि whatever machines I will be having and whatever workers I will be having, I should minimize the cost of production. Minimize the cost of production means what? That ki whatever raw materials I am using, that raw materials should not be that much costly. Whatever workers are there, that workers should be exactly paid accordingly, so that ki there should be profit should be seen in the factory. Next is electricity, machines working, efficiency, everything whatever should be there, it should be exactly in minimal investment. Okay, means ki every month whatever expenditure is exactly coming, that expenditure should not exceed, okay, from profit level. So every month whatever profit you are incurring, from that profit this expenditure should not be exceeding, because if expenditure will exceed and profit will be less, then you will be going for a loss. So this is the basic idea of maximization and minimization. So 100% if somebody will be telling you what you are going to maximize, then your word should be profit should be maximized. So then only I can run the factory now. If profit will not be maximized and I will go in loss, then how I will run my factory? It will not be possible for me to run my factory for a long time, because I cannot go in loss. Okay, then second important part, if somebody will be asking you that what you want to minimize, then you will say that of course cost of production I have to minimize. Cost of production I have to minimize means whatever raw materials, whatever expenditure is there, that has to be in the minimal level. So if that expenditures and everything will be exactly in the minimal level, then 100% I can see the profit. 100% what I can see? 100% I can see the profit. I want all of you to understand better. This chapter is nothing. In shortcut, we will understand the chapter most important part. Okay. So what has to be maximized and what has to be minimized? If somebody will be asking you, come on, what answer you want to give to them? What has to be maximized and what has to be minimized? So if somebody will be asking you what you want to maximize in your factory and what you want to minimize in your factory, that what answer you are going to give? What you want to maximize in your profit, what you want to maximize in your factory and what you want to minimize in your factory. Now just understand that you are the owner of the factory and you are exactly going to do whatever is the situation and you have to handle everything. So what should be your basic idea? What you want to maximize and what you want to minimize? Come on, quickly tell me. Good morning everyone. Wake up fast everyone. What you want to maximize and what you want to minimize? What you want to maximize? Minimize the cost of production, absolutely correct. The most important thing is we should be keeping the cost, whatever is there, that should be in the minimal. So maximize profit and minimize loss, absolutely. That is maximize profit and minimize expenditure, correct Vishika? So great. The most important idea here is कि when we are exactly talking optimization, our objective is optimization. So objective is optimization means there are certain words which I am going to use and you have to exactly subject to constraint, optimization. So these words you have to understand nicely. These words do not have a very heavy meaning. These words, if you will understand with an example now, everything will become very much clear to you. So I am going to explain you with the help of. Hi Siddharth, good morning. So everything is exactly have a meaning. So profit has to be maximized and cost of production has to be minimized. That is the most important idea. A very whatever business person will be there, they have this in idea only. And if you will say that why can't you run your this in loss, then they will be saying that I have to shut my factory or industry if I will be going in loss. So that is the most important part, is maximize and minimize. So maximize, optimization has to be done somewhere, and what you call the maximization has to be somewhere done somewhere, and profit has to be exactly whatever level of profit is there accepted, whatever level of loss is there never accepted. So like that part will be there. So we have to exactly understand that section. Now look at linear programming means, one simple example I am going to give you. This example will open all important portals here. Now look at one table we are going to create, and with the help of this table we are going to understand everything. Good morning Ashish. Now look at, first we are going to use machine 1, machine A and machine B. So just understand, so two type of machines are there. Machine A is there and machine B is there. Now these machines are exactly working for 16 hours. Means one machine is working for 16 hours. So this machine is working every day 16 hours and this machine is working every day 20 hours. Okay, so every day how much this machine is exactly working or machine is available. So this machine is available for 16 hours a day. In hours I am just writing in hours. So exactly machine A is available for 16 hours. Machine B is exactly available for 20 hours. Now we are exactly going to make chair and table. So now when you are making table and chair, the first machine is exactly making the chair in 2 hours, and exactly second machine is exactly taking for 6 hours, and then here 4 hours, and here 2 hours. So now how much is exactly going to be the profit? Profit is 300 rupees and here profit is 500 rupees. So here profit is exactly this much. So now we are going to understand this, that every day 2 machines are there. Like you understand that you have a factory, and in that factory 2 machines are there, and they are your star performer. Star performer means these machines are exactly very important for you. Now you are exactly producing chair also and table also. So now in your factory the production of chair and table is going on. Now when you are producing chair and table, the chair is exactly has to go every day for production. Means whatever chair is getting produced, the chair has to go, means for production the chair has to go for means the wood has to go for machine number 1 also and machine number 2 also, that is machine number A and machine number B. So the chair means for production of chair, machine A and machine B both are used. So for one chair production, machine A is exactly taking 2 hours. So after using 2 hours, that whatever unfinished chair is there, this is exactly going to machine B, and then machine B is preparing it nicely, and then the chair is ready. Now this chair has been sold in the market and you are gaining a profit of 300 rupees in each chair. Are you understanding what I am telling? In very simple way I told you. What did I said? Ki you have 2 machines, the star performer of your factory, and exactly what is happening that ki first the wood what is there, you are giving inside the machine 1. The machine 1 is taking 2 hours, and then whatever unfinished chair is there, you are putting in machine B. And the moment it is going in machine B, it is exactly making a finished chair and it is exactly going to go in market. In market, whatever is the cost of production, but when you have exactly sold this chair in market after making it, you are getting a profit of 300 rupees in each chair. Okay, same thing happened that you are exactly making a table and that table is exactly taking 4 hours in machine A and then 2 hours in machine B, and when the table is ready and you are selling that table in the market, then what you are gaining? You are gaining a profit of 500 rupees. How much, Maheshwal? Good morning, beta. Maheshwal, you are gaining a profit of how much? You are gaining a profit of 500 rupees. That means total profit for one chair and one table will be how much? Can you tell me the answer? Total profit for selling one chair and one table will be how much? Total profit for selling, you have to keep on answering my question, you have to tell me the answer. Total profit for selling one chair and one table, only one chair and one table, how much profit you are gaining here? Only one chair and one table. Come on, tell me. Absolutely correct, Maheshwal. So exactly when you will be selling it, you will be gaining a gain, means you will be exactly getting a profit of 800 rupees. That's a very simple calculation, that you are gaining a profit of 800 rupees the moment you are exactly selling one chair and one table. But it is not like the machine is only going to work for only one chair and one table. So there should be number of chairs producing in that factory in a day, and there should be number of tables produced in that factory in a day. So shall we check how much profit we are going to check? For getting that profit, we are going to say that let number of chairs produced in a day, let number of chairs produced in a day be X. Let number of chairs produced in a day by. So what is the total profit? If one chair costs 300 profit, if one chair is giving you 300 profit and one table is giving you 500 profit, then what is the total profit in a day you are gaining? If you will be selling whatever is produced, total profit, then you will be saying, auntie, the calculation is very simple, that X number of chair is there and Y number of table is there. That means we will be exactly multiplying 3x plus 500y, auntie. So this is my total profit in a day. Am I true or false? Am I true or false? This is my total profit in a day. This is my total profit in a day. Am I true or false? This is my total profit in a day. Am I true or false? I am waiting for your reply. This is my total profit in a day. Is this profit is correct or wrong? Correct. Very good, Sarna. True. Absolutely correct, Maheshwar. So, beta, this is the profit. This is my total profit. And see, look here. I won't mind if the profit will increase. Really, I won't mind if the profit will increase. So, I'm smiling and telling, just for others, don't take it otherwise. Means what, every industry right now, just think that you are an industrialist and you are exactly talking about this and this is for your benefit. Then you will also have a smile in your face and you will say that, I don't want if this will be increasing. I really want this not to be done. This one I really want. This one I really want. It has to be always greater. It should be always greater than whatever minimal content is there. From there, it should be always greater. So this part is very, very important. Sarna, everybody will be telling that, Canty, let it be increasing. Profit should be increased. Okay. So this part will be, and 100% beta, number of chairs, whatever you are producing, that should always be either greater than equal to 0. So in a day, factory will not be working, then production will be either 0, or the day the factory will be working, the production will be always greater than 1. But how can the production go in negative? So it is not possible. So the number of chairs produced in a day can either be 0 or greater than 0, but it will never be less than 0. So, and here next important thing is why also the number of table produced in a day means just understand that the factory is not working in Sunday. So if the factory is not working in Sunday, that means that day we are not producing any table, any chair. So that day the production is 0. But the other working days are there where exactly the factory is working, the machines are working, the labors are available. That particular day, definitely the production of the number of chairs and table produced will be exactly more. So 100%, that's why this is exactly coming as either greater than, it will be exactly so much restricted. This is non-zero restriction. This is a non-zero restriction or non-negative restriction, means non-zero, I'm saying non-negative restriction. Non-negative restriction means this restriction can never go negative. The moment it will go negative means your linear programming is exactly in problem. So 100% LPP is in problem. So you have to understand that this is non-negative restriction. So this restriction should always be greater than exactly negative part. So it can be 0, it can be greater than 0, but it will never be less than 0. Okay. So this restriction is there, whatever production, whatever cost part will be there. So here you have to exactly understand this section is called as non-negative non-negative restriction. This restriction is exactly called as non-negative restriction. One by one I am teaching beta, so that you can understand one time optimization and everything I will discuss only like story. Nothing is there in this chapter, only story. Just hear the story nicely, you will be able to do everything. So till now what we have discussed, we discussed about 2 machine working, and now one very important thing is keep first machine. For total in a day, how many hours machine A is working? Come on, tell me the answer. In how many hours machine A is working, beta? Every day, how many hours machine A is working? Who can answer? Every day, how many hours machine A is working? How many hours total in all machine A is working? Out of 24 hours, 16, Maheshwal. Now look here, beta. Now you are, just tell me one thing. Everyone just listen to me and just answer me one question. If you are the person who is exactly running the factory and you know that machine A is very, very valuable to you, then what should be your area of interest? Area of interest will be ki every day I really want machine should produce more chair and more table, and it should take less time. Yes or no? Tell me. So you will try to modify the machine so that the time taken by the machine for doing its work for one chair or one table should get minimized. Time should be minimized so that production should be maximized. Yes or no? So if I will exactly make one problem in 5 minutes, then definitely 5 minutes I am taking, and same problem if I am taking 3 minutes, then definitely 3 minutes and 5 minutes difference is there na. There is a difference of 2 minutes, and in 2 minutes we can also attempt some other questions. So this is exactly what, less time will be there, then more profit we can think about. Think like this. Maheshwal, are you understanding this part, beta? Very good, Harish, Sharna, Maheshwal. This is exactly the most important thing here is ki I should use less time. See, so as a person who is running the factory, you should always be concerned that in machine the chair is taking 2 hours. In machine the table is exactly in machine A, the chair is taking 2 hours and table is taking 4 hours. What if only in 1 hour the chair will be going in machine A, and only in 2 hours the chair will be, table will be going in machine A, then whatever 1 hour is saved na, in that 1 hour it will make one more new chair, so that my profit will maximize. Are you understanding like this? So definitely when we will be talking about making of something or making of a product, that time we think like time has to be saved. Time is something which is very, very precious. Raw material maximum utilization. So if whatever raw material you are using, you don't want that raw material to go for a waste. What you will be doing that ki hey, you use maximum of the raw material. So if you will have what you called wooden work, then wooden factory, and then you are seeing that ki every time when they are cutting the wood, maximum wood are getting destroyed, then you will be saying, hey, with this wood also you make something. So that maximum utilization of raw material will be done. Maximum utilization of raw material has to be done, but minimum time has to be taken. So time should always be saved. Time should always be saved, and because of that, our third factor is machine is taking 2 hours for one. Machine is taking 2 hours for one chair. Then total chair produced in a day is X number of chairs. So we will write 2x. So this is one chair takes 2 hours. Total number of chair in a day produced is X. So total time taken by the chair is 2x. Total time taken by the chairs in machine A is 2x. Then next is one table is taking 4 hours in machine A. This I am writing for machine A. Okay, so one chair 2 hours. Total number of chair here is X. So 2x is the total time taken by machine A for exactly making total number of chairs in a day. The time taken, this is 2x is the time taken. 2x is what? Time taken by machine A. I am explaining, please kindly remember this. 2x is what? 2x is time taken by machine A, total time taken. Because if machine A is taking 2 hours for making only one chair, then how much total time it will be taking for producing X number of chair? Then you will say, aunty, multiply it with 2. Then that is what I multiplied it with 2. So this is machine A working for chair only. Then machine A working for table will be this much, but table part is Y. So number of table produced in a day is Y. So one table is taking 4 hours in machine A, and then total number of table here is Y. Then this much. So machine A total working should be less than 16. Is it correct? Understood. So here one very important factor is there. I want my children to understand. You will be asking, auntie, you have put inequality here. Why can't you put this inequality greater than 16? Why you have exactly written it should be less than 16? That means every day you as a factory person, as the owner of the firm, as the owner of the factory, your consent should be that whatever time taken to produce total chair, whatever time taken to produce total table, it should always be less than 16. So that working hour for machine A is 16 hours. So if you will produce whatever amount is there, whatever number is there in less than 16 hours, that means your machine will be resting for some time. See, there are two ways of thinking also. If the machine will get overloaded and if the machine will work extra, then definitely time taken, a time period of working of that machine will be reduced. So you, as a factory person, you will not only think about production, you also think about the asset what you are having. So machine A is right now asset for you. So that asset has to be exactly taking less than 16 hours. It should be taking less than consumed less. Absolutely correct, Maheshwal. The time to be consumed less. Now machine B. Now when we will be talking out machine B, can you write the equation for machine B please? Send me the equation for machine B. Send me the equation for machine B. Let's see who can do it. Six x plus 4y equal to 20 will not be there, Mahesh. Here it will also be. So machine B will means as a person you will be wanting that your machine should be exactly doing the work in less than 20 hour. 20 hour working machine B. So definitely you will be wanting it. Yes, correct only, Vishiga. That should be, has to be one sign is exactly missing, Mahesh. Otherwise it is correct only. That is 6x plus 2y should be less equals 20. That means one day machine working efficiency hour is 20 hours, but your consent should be okay, what if you will finish everything, means one day target is 4 chairs and 10 tables, like that. If one day target is 4 chairs and 10 tables, then I want that production of 4 chair and 10 table in machine A to be less than 16 hours and machine B to be less than 20 hours, so that whatever extra hours will be there, we can repair the machine, we can exactly put grease in the machine, or we can allow the machine to rest. So definitely, so that electricity will also be saved and your machine life will also increase. Overloading of the machine means the life span will become reduced. So many factors are there. Absolutely, absolutely. Many factors are there. Now Mahesh, is it absolutely correct? So we got our equation. This is the only equation for linear programming. Then you will be asking, auntie, morning itself you are saying something. Yes, the thing here is, beta, okay, this part is only going to be, so here I have written some parts. So let's see, final call for this part. So that is exactly what is called as what we are going to check here. Now profit is exactly, we have to maximize profit. So what story I have told, maximize profit. So what story I have told, if you will check that maximization of profit has to be done. So when you are maximizing profit, this should be maximized. Maximize profit. This should be your ultimate goal. Now, this is not your only goal. It's the goal of each and every factory and industry person who is exactly running the factory or industry, because they cannot go in loss, because they have to pay salary to the workers and they have many other responsibilities also. More or less, they have life also. Why I will open a factory where it will go in loss? So, maximization part will be there. Now, second part is, these are exactly, second section is, at the time of production, these things has to be taken care of. This is exactly called as subject to constraint. What does subject to constraint means here? In rough section, if somebody will be asking you, what does subject to constraint, constraints, what does subject of constraint means here? Subject of constraint here means that raw materials, production, whatever factor will be there, means the working capability of the machine, the working capability of the worker, the utilization of raw materials, resources, everything go to constraints, everything go to subject to constraint, everything goes to subject to constraint. And then I told you what is non-negative restriction. The non-negative restriction is this one. It is not like na ki one day your factory, you have exactly given holiday to the worker or resting to the machine and you are repairing your factory. That day the production cost will become, sorry, that day the what you call, it will go negative. It will go negative. Number of chair produced will become negative. How can number of chair produced will become negative? It can either be 0 or it can be either greater than. So greater than or 0 part is there. It can either be greater than or it can either be 0. So beta, this is called as non-negative non-negative restriction. So as a person who is running the factory or industry, your idea is, okay, the day factory will be closed, we should not go in loss. So non-negative restriction is there. So this part is exactly called as non-negative restriction. That's it, linear programming over. Means, I'm just joking, linear programming over means here that you have to understand that how to represent linear programming. Linear programming is represented like this only. Now we have to draw the graph based on the linear programming, but the most important thing is this is the body structure of linear programming. So this, on this basis only linear programming exactly working beta. On this basis only linear programming is working. It's a very simple concept. Now I'm going to convert everything in mathematical concept. Till now we were discussing as a factory person or industry person. Now we are going to understand it as a what you call mathematical concept. Okay, then if we will be trying to understand this as mathematical concept, then we will say that this part is coming as maximizing profit or minimizing loss. Two factors will be there. Maximizing, hi Rameshwaram. Okay, now maximizing profit and minimizing loss. So maximizing profit means what? Your profit has to be maximized or your minimum loss should be there. So that means what is optimization? Optimization comes as, okay, profit maximization, loss minimization. So if somebody will say, what is your objective? What is your objective for running a factory? What is your objective for running a factory? Then what answer you are going to say? Obviously everyone knows what is the objective of running a factory. We are not running a factory for noble cause, social cause, this thing, that thing. So once you are falling in business, your basic idea is maximizing profit and minimizing loss, and that is exactly the objective of your work. Objective means what? That is the main condition for what you are working. So the main objective of your work is what? Maximizing profit, minimizing loss. The main objective is maximizing profit, minimizing loss, and that is the most important thing there, beta. That is the most important thing there. So you should not be so much confused about it. You should not be so much confused about it. Okay, so here the moment somebody will be talking about it, you will say just once that, okay, my basic idea is maximizing profit, minimizing loss, and that is called as optimize. Optimize, and this is my objective. So what is optimize? Optimize is taken this one. So the profit or loss content part will be exactly coming as optimize. It will be denoted by capital Z. So what we are writing it as? We will write it as optimize. And optimization will be always written as like so just understand like this. Now first you have understood that ki profit what you have incurred by selling a chair, and profit what you have incurred by selling a table, that will be exactly total profit will be written, or maximization of profit part you are writing. So here one very important thing is ki beta, when you are writing optimization Z, then this section it is your objective. This is your objective function. This is your objective function. Understood or not? This section, come on, tell me beta, optimization of whatever part is there. So that is exactly called as, understood or not? Come on, quickly tell me. This section what I wrote is optimization of Z. Z is the total amount of profit or loss. Okay, very good, Rameshwaran. So either it will be maximum or it will be minimum. So optimized part should either be maximum or should be minimum. It should not be in the middle part. Means profit either has to be the maximum region and loss has to be always in the minimum. See, don't think that profit is going to go for minimum. No, the basic objective, the basic idea is maximization of profit and minimization of loss. One more thing here is कि if in optimization they will not be talking about loss and profit, then you have to go for cost of production. So when we talk about profit, then profit part will go maximization for profit and minimization for loss. But when we are going for cost of production, the total, when we are using optimization, when we are, our objective is cost of production. Here our objective is profit or loss. But here when the objective will change and it will go to cost of production, not after selling profit. Cost of production means whatever material you are using, whatever raw material you are using, with this whatever product you are forming, that will be exactly taking some cost, that is called as cost of production. Then cost of production has to be minimized, cost of production has to be minimized and selling price has to be maximized. So when we talk about profit, then profit has to be maximized and loss has to be minimized. But when we talk about cost of production, it will become reverse. That time don't think that ki auntie you told cost of production part, like you told about something profit has to maximize. So cost of production has to minimize. If cost of production is 100 rupees and selling price is 200 rupees, then what is the gain? Profit is 100 rupees. So that means you have exactly took the double of the cost of production. Double of the cost of production. So that's why beta ki when you will go for optimization, what is C? I am going to explain, Harish. Amashwell, I am going to explain C. That's why I am explaining, means one time you will understand these words now. After that you will have no problem in linear programming. So here, so that means what beta, the C, all C1, C2, C3, C4, all are exactly coefficients what of x1, x2. So you should not ask auntie what is C1, C2. You should ask because these are constants. The C1, C2 are constants. What is x1, x2, x3? That you should ask, because based on that x1, x2, x3, either you will be exactly going towards some cost of production or you will go towards profit. Okay, so now we are going to understand that part only. Okay, so optimization has to be either maximum or minimum, but for different cases optimization is different. Like when weather change is there, and if the change is favorable production of what you call production of crops, then weather change optimized means I want that weather change to be maximum so that the field will be exactly working properly. But if very high temperature is there and it is not good for the plant what you are growing, then we want to minimize the temperature. We want to minimize the temperature to the most valuable point so that the production of that, or so that the growth of that tree will be exactly very good. So these words maximize, minimize means the moment you will be reading the constraint, you should be remembering. Now another example I am just giving. The daily intake of food for generation of calorie is the daily intake of food for generation of calorie is 3000. So every day whatever food you are eating, more or less it is giving you 3000 calories. How much calorie it is giving you? 3000 calorie. Now you have to maximize it, and the daily working capability of human body is to utilize 200 calorie. Means more or less male or female, when they will be utilizing the calorie, they will be utilizing 2000 calorie. So that means if a person is taking 3000 calorie and person is exactly using only 2000 calorie, then 1000 calorie will be accumulated in the body. Will it be good? Will it be bad? So definitely you will be saying, auntie, why you are saying all these things? You know, 1000 calorie storing in body means the body will become fat. So 100% whatever calorie I have stored, I have to just remove it out. So here tell me which one should be maximized and which one should be minimized. Come on, quickly tell me, beta, which one should be maximized and which one should be minimized. This is a very, very important point. Which one should be maximized and which one should be minimized? If I am talking about calorie, see, look here, I am not one single calorie consumption should be maximized. No, Maheshwal. Calorie consumption should be maximized means if you will maximize calorie consumption, correct. I thought food consumption. Sorry, you are correct only. Calorie consumption should be maximized means every day you are using 2000 calorie and you are eating food for 3000 calorie and 1000 calories is stored in your body. So if consumption of these calories will be increased, means rather than using 2000 calorie, if we will use 3000 calorie, that means how much calorie you have used, that much calorie you have burned. So that means it is neither profit nor loss. It is exactly a case of optimization. Objective is to utilize the maximum of the resource, and you have utilized maximum of the resource. Here calorie inside your body is resource only. Please kindly understand, because whatever food you are eating, that food is generating this calories and this calorie will be utilized by the body. So it's a resource for the body. It's a resource, and that is called as maximization of calorie consumption. It's exactly a resource and it is exactly an objective. It's a resource and it is an objective. I hope you might have understood this part. Come on, tell me. I have exactly given very simple example for letting you understand. So now beta, you have asked about optimization. So here now understand, you are exactly having a factory, and in that factory you are not only producing chair and table, now you are producing all these furniture items. So x1 x2 till xn are furniture items, and you have a machine, and you have exactly, after selling each furniture, you are gaining this much profit, you are gaining this much profit, this much profit, this much profit. So 100% optimization. This is the profit of one furniture, and this is the time, that is exactly the total number of furniture produced in a day. This is profit for one furniture, and this is the total number of furniture produced in a day. This is profit for this furniture, and it is the total number of this part will be there. So I hope you might have understood this part. MRF. What is that MRF? Understood. So this section has to be understood very nicely. That is, So I hope you might have understood this part, that cost of production, when you will be exactly taking, then cost of production has to be minimized. So same way beta, whatever profit is there, it is exactly for this number of particular type of item, like toy number 1. Toy A, after selling total number of toy A, you are getting a profit of this. So total profit is this. One toy selling, profit is C1, then total toy selling profit is this one, C1x1. Okay, now here toy 2 is there, so toy B is there. So if one toy you are selling, you are getting a profit of C2, and total toy when you will sell, then this is the total profit. Then this is toy 3. So if one toy you are selling, you are gaining a profit of C3. So when total x3 toy you will be selling, then you will gain a total profit this. So this has to be optimized. So this has to be optimized, so this part will become equal to z. Come on, quickly tell me you've understood anything here for optimization. Then we will go for constant. Anything 5% also you have understood or not? Yes beta, I am going to give some questions. Just last part is there beta, constant section is left. Constant section is exactly going to be some constant section we need to discuss. Constant section means ki which section has to be greater, so this part optimization will always be represented with z. Now non-negative restrictions means whatever twice is there, so x1, x2, x3, x1, x2, x3, x4 until xn, these are exactly number of twice produced, then it will always be greater equal 0. It will always be greater than 0. So why it will be always 99.5%? Thank you so much. Thank you so much everyone. 100% Maheshwal understood. I'm like if person, I'm going for a pure mathematics background, so this part will be a bit like I only understand it by mathematical concepts. So it is very good concept. So here that means what beta, ki the day your factory is closed, that day your worker are not coming, that day your what you called, or the day you are fasting, that day calorie intake will be 0. So that time either, that's why beta this is called as non-negative constant. Means the number, the variable which you are taking, the variable should never be negative. That is called as non-negative restriction. The variable should never be negative. Now that is constant. Constant last part, after that we will go for a question. I don't know time is there or not. I spoke this much time here today. Better we will write like this: a11 x1, a12 x2, a13 x3, like this till a1n xn. It should be either greater than or equal to, or this part has to be done. Now tell me, either greater than, equal to, or this sign will be there, b1, a21 x1, a22 x2, a23 x3, a2n xn. In the same way, okay, so the most important thing here is a11 x1 plus a12 x2 plus a13 x3 till a1n xn greater equals less equals equal to b1. What is this? What is this? What is this? This is the body line. This is the body line, and this is called as subject to constraint. Subject to means what? Subject to means production. The main work, the major work, this is output. This is final output. Means this is exactly inside your office and going on, and you are exactly making a chart and showing and saying that this is the profit. So this is exactly inside your cabin where you are analyzing the profit. This is exactly the numbers which you are analyzing, but this is exactly done when your factory is working. This is subject to constant. And this subject to constant part is exactly the thing that is working. Now that means this will be working condition. Then you will say, auntie, I didn't understood what is this exactly inside the factory going on. See, look here, this is exactly the work the machines are doing, the laborers are doing, and this work has to be always in a very positive note. It has to be always in the minimal section. That means minimal section means work is not minimal section. That means you should be exactly investing very less in that, and profit should come more in that. That is exactly minimal section I am talking about. Raw material what you are putting, it should be cheap. Cheap means that not that standard cheap. It should be exactly less costly, but the product what you are exactly framing and getting it, it should be it should fetch you more, it should give you more. Okay, so here just understand that this is exactly the working hour of machine A, and this is the number of product toys it is making in that working hour. Just understand that just machine example I have taken now. So we will be thinking that now only not 2 machines are there. There are total m number of machines. How many numbers of machines are there? There are total m number of machines. Here m number of machines are there. Number of machines are there. Okay, and beta here total n number of toys are produced. N number of toys are produced. Okay, so each machine means machine x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, what you are telling, that these are exactly toy number 1, toy number 2, toy number 3, toy number n. So machine A, so if we will take it as machine A, okay, carry forward like this, that machine A is there. So machine A is taking this much time to prepare toy 1, this much time to prepare toy 2, this much time to prepare toy 3, and total working hour of the machine, this is the working hour of the machine, this is the working hour of the machine. It can either be less than, greater than, and this part will be there. So that means if it will be equal to, that means if machine total working hour is 16 hours, then machine is totally utilizing its 16 hour. Means at 16 hour, means after working for 16 hour only, the machine is stopping itself, when equal to will be there. Now this part is there, that means the machine is taking more time than 16 hour. So if machine A working hour is 16, and if greater than this is there, that means working hour of machine is more than 16 hour. And beta, if this part will be there, then the machine working hour will be less than 16 hour. So this was for machine A, this will be machine B, and this will be machine M. I hope you might have understood. And this part will be Manish. Good morning, Manish. I hope my bacha party might have understood this small thing, and that is beta, it is called as constant. That part is, that's why it is exactly called as constant. The constant will be having 3 inequations. It will be totally dependent upon the conditions. Optimization has to be either maximization or minimization, but always it will be going for a positive note. Non-negative restrictions will always be exactly going like this. So mathematical formulation tomorrow we are going to teach. Tomorrow I am going to teach, and I think it's time, beta, it's time. So I am going to keep it till here. Introduction part I tried to explain the most important sections here. I am sorry today. Okay, fine. Okay, have a nice day everyone. If you might have understood, thank you so much. God bless you all.